Should I refinance now if rates are going to continue to drop? So as loan officers and real estate agents, the past couple of years has been challenging, to say the least. Inventory numbers being low. Recently, this NAR settlement, again, creates change in the real estate environment. High interest rates. It's all been a challenge over the past couple of years. Things are finally starting to change. Rates are coming down. I believe that's going to have a positive impact on inventory, so I believe agents will become busier. And I think overall, the real estate and mortgage world will become a lot healthier of a place. Not to mention, in terms of real estate and lending, there's been a mass exodus of loan officers and real estate agents. So if you're still in the business and you're still getting after it, I think the future is very bright for us all. Now, with the rate environment changing, there's going to be opportunities all over the place, specifically in the refinance area. So what my team is focusing on is dialing everything in, putting systems in place, making sure that we're re-engaged and ready to go on the refinance side. So for loan officers, there's going to be a lot of opportunity to refinance. People are strapped with affordability, looking for payment relief. I think it's more important now than ever to make sure that we are operating at a very high level, not only operationally, but ethically. Rates are where they are right now. I talk in previous circumstances about everyone's situation being unique, but what we want to do as loan officers is create clients for life. And the only way we can do that is by building trust. I see a lot of videos on social media, with people in my industry talking about rate. Yes, rate is part of the equation. However, when we're talking about the opportunity to refinance, we want to have a holistic view on it. The interest rate is one piece of it. We want to look at the debts. We want to look at currently where the credit is, what their industry is, what the projection for their employment is. All of that stuff comes into play. The question I get most often is now the right time? And that's again, a question that is specific to the individual in their scenario. The overall rate market is in a downward cycle, right? It's a downward trend. We expect it to continue to go down. One of the areas that holds people up, in my opinion, is thinking it's going to happen sooner than what it will. The reality of that situation is we don't know how quickly rates will drop and when. I'm of the opinion that it's going to be a long, slow decline in rates. And so what I would encourage people to think about, whether it's the actual person inquiring about the refinance, other loan officers, brokers, whatever, is look at the interest rate as one piece of the puzzle, right? What are we doing overall? Because what we don't want to do is look past what the big picture is, what we're trying to accomplish with the loan, and really just minimize it to just the interest rate. Because the market will change up, down, we talk about that all the time. That's ever changing. But what we don't want to happen is create this false expectation that because we saw the rate drop over the past month and a half, that's what's going to happen for the next month and a half. In the past week since the Fed made their rate cut decision, the market has actually gone the other way. The calls we get, most people think my rate's a half a point lower than what it was before they made the announcement. Actually, it's the opposite. Rates have ticked up a bit since that announcement. So we don't know what the future holds in terms of rates. We have projections and we're hopeful that it continues. But what I would say is that if there's people inquiring about refinancing, look at the rate as a piece of the puzzle. Be honest that we don't know where the rates are going. There is a likelihood that next year at this time, rates could be a whole % lower. That is not something to hide from. It's not something to skirt around. It's just part of the conversation. And then ultimately, it's the consumer's decision whether now is the right time for them.